Because I find myself with this podcast, and we do have a TikTok channel, by the way. 14
Y'all
step,
should check it out.
14 step on TikTok.
We need the views.
And on Facebook, Reels. We need the views. And YouTube, we desperately need notifications, views. Smash that like
He'll
button.
shave his head.
Subscribe. I'll do anything. No Benadryl.
All right, you're on the 14th Step. It's a podcast about addiction and recovery. My name is Mark. I am a professional counselor and a recovering addict.
My name is Skip. I'm a recovering addict and a recovery coach. Peer recovery
coach.
Peer support recovery specialist, something along those lines.
Is that how long that is?
I think it is. I think it's called PR.
It's something.
I'm a recovery coach.
We're going to talk about TikTok trends today.
Yes.
I have to go on a morning news show.
Yes.
On Monday morning, day after tomorrow,
On
TV? They want me to talk about dangerous TikTok trends. For example, a Benadryl challenge that I don't know how popular it was. Sometimes I feel like these things are like needles in the Halloween candy things where it's real scary.
I remember that.
But it's not necessarily.
Razor blades and the apples.
Yeah.
Remember?
So apparently there was a...
I didn't eat apples for a year after that. I was terrified.
Or like, drugs in the Halloween that look like little candies or something.
Now, what have you heard? Now they put fentanyl on dollar bills on the ground. So you see $1 and you pick it up
and you die.
Drop like a sack of potatoes.
It's a good use of fentanyl if there ever was one.
Yeah.
So,
what?
I know. Well, apparently there was a Benadryl challenge on TikTok, and there was a young boy who died of this challenge when he took 14 Benadryls and had his friends recording him, all for the views. And so I don't really know what they want me to say, I guess because I'm a counselor, but this is not a drug issue to me. This is more of a social pressure. A mix of social pressure and a desire to get famous.
That's the question I wanted to ask about this when you told me. It's very interesting to me. Why is it so important to be Insta famous or to get views? Why is that so important? Because I find myself with this podcast, and we do have a TikTok channel, by the way. 14
Y'all
step.
should check it out.
14 step on TikTok.
We need the views.
And on Facebook, Reels, we need the views. And YouTube, we desperately need notifications, views. Smash that like button.
He'll shave his head.
Subscribe. I'll do anything. No Benadryl. Not to make light of that situation, but that's my question. Why is that so important to have milestones? I don't know, and I feel that same thing sometimes when I'm posting and you're doing that. I go, man, I'm going to click back on here 2 hours later and see how many more people have watched it. What is the deal?
I think it's simple. It's just like the greater the reward, the greater the risk you're willing to take for it. So even a 12-year-old knows that taking a bunch of Benadryls is probably dumb. They have to know that. But, I mean, man, that could be like your golden ticket. What if you go viral? What if you get 1 million views? So... To me, it's a very simple proposition. People are willing to do almost anything to get famous. I mean, look at even on TV before any social media, there was that Fear Factor show.
Absolutely. And guess who hosted that?
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
That's right. People will do anything to get famous.
Yeah.
And this is just an extension of that.
Yep.
So for me, it's like parents need to watch what their kids do, monitor their social media activity. I think being a 12-year-old and getting famous on TikTok is probably not the best idea in the world.
Right. I saw a kid the other day. He's 14 years old, does insane things around his house, jumping things with his motorcycle, shooting things and all that. This guy makes $30,000 a month.
$30,000
and he's 14 years old. And he's out of control. He makes all his neighbors mad and films them, then coming and screaming at him and his parents, and those things get 1 million views. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just weird because I think when you're 18, when you're a grown adult, you can do anything you want to do as long as you're not hurting anybody, right?
Yeah.
But these kids that are doing this kind of stuff, part of you just going, well, that's just, you hear about the Benadryl, you're like, well, that's just stupid. It is. But then there's something else driving that that no one in that room with that kid said no to that. And they're all filming it. Same thing. You see two people fighting on the street and there's 20 people filming it with their phones. Nobody's stopping in, I don't know. It's messed up. We got some messed up stuff happening right now.
It's just the culture that we're in. This is just a byproduct of the social media culture that we have. In a way, it's much easier to get famous now than it was 20 years ago.
But I wonder if, because we've talked about this with this podcast, we're very niche in our topics that we do. In long form, you talk for 10, 15 minutes, and we talk about addiction and life in recovery. But if somebody wants to watch one of those whole videos, they're interested in what we're talking about. But if you have a 30-second, quick, silly little thing, that doesn't mean somebody likes what you're talking about, or they're just flipping through TikTok. That doesn't mean they're buying into your channel. To me, it's different. Short stuff is different than, and I see it all the time. Just flip, 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 flip.
I have a puppy, a 3-month-old puppy.
What kind did you get?
A Shih Tzu.
Oh, Lord.
And this puppy dragged this it was like a plushy dog doll, okay? He dragged it into the garage, and he was going to town on this thing, okay? And I got it on camera. If I put that to, like, some music, some Little John or something, I kind of want to do it. Get some views, But then for what?
A 15th step.
That's a 15th step right there.
No, don't. Why am I putting ideas into your head?
It's a great video.
Ooh, let the dogs out.
Dude, anything.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to talk. This is why I wanted to practice this on the podcast.
None of this can go on television tomorrow or Monday. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. And also, the news will sensationalize this thing. Dangerous TikTok trends
Well, of course they will.
America.
Of course they will. Question for you, personal question. If you, hypothetically, had a son or a daughter, hypothetically, that's around first or second grade, hypothetically, when are you going to let them have a smartphone with internet access and et cetera, et cetera?
My daughter is 7 years old. And,
hypothetically.
And today, she said, Dad, let's make some TikToks. And so she knows this whole dance. It's like a bumblebee dance thing. It's really cute. But I got it on camera, and I'll produce it like a TikTok video just for her. I don't post it anywhere, but it's just for her to watch.
Gotcha.
But she
knows.
She knows exactly what it is, and she knows exactly what to do.
Her age is a different human being than we were at that age.
Yeah,
it is you may as well be talking about the Jetsons.
I know.
We were little.
She is very socially aware. She knows what kind of trends are out there. She knows what kind of music is popular. So the youth of today are way more. The world is a much smaller place for them than it was for us. And that comes with the good and the bad. It
does. I'm glad you said that. I was going to say, in a way, in certain ways, they are smarter than we will almost ever be.
Yeah.
And can handle things, and their initiative and intuitiveness and is so fast. But in other ways, they're naive to dangers that we slowly became aware of.
Right.
Because it wasn't in our face. And I think we're a little bit more careful in the way we tread into these new things, where these kids aren't. They're just boom, boom, boom.
And I think the number one thing that we can do as adults and parents is just be aware of what's out there. Create an environment at home where kids are comfortable talking to us about what they're doing, so they don't feel like they have to hide everything.
Mm-hmm.
Encourage interest in social media at an age-appropriate level, and not just brush it off as something that's stupid that they should never even look at, because then they're just going to do it anyway. And they're just not gonna,
taboo.
Right. Just kind of, to me, it's just an issue of parenting. And
it is parenting, man. That's what you're going to talk about on Monday.
And this poor boy, his parents, that's exactly what they said. They released a statement and said that, please, parents, learn about what your kids are doing on social media and try to monitor it.
Yeah, man.
It's a hard issue, man.
It is real hard.
Kids have been doing dumb things forever.
forever.
It's not going to stop.
We laughed the other day. I was talking to 3 or 4 of my friends. We just happened to run into each other, grew up in the same neighborhood, and we rode bikes. You know, that was our thing. If our parents knew how far we rode our bikes in the summertime on a daily basis, they didn't have any idea.
I know.
It was just different. It was all different. Now, though, stuff can follow you around because it's online, and your dumb decisions are
forever.
Are forever. And that's hard to explain to a 12-year-old.
Well, they don't
really
know
is.
what that even looks like.
They don't.
They just know. They just want the views.
Yeah, a month is half their life. I mean, they don't know what. When you say
It
next
is.
month, somebody can see it. They're like, next month?
Yeah.
Next month I'm going to be 13. What are you talking about?
Well,
Anyway.
what do you guys think about youth and social media? Should there be a no social media? What is age appropriate for people to engage with social media, to have profiles, to be on TikTok and have smartphones? What's that age? What do y'all think?
Absolutely. Like, subscribe.
We need the views, guys.
Give us suggestions for us to do dumb stuff, and we'll do the views.
We're adults. We're allowed to do dumb things.
I'll jump Mark with the riding lawnmower. I'll jump sharks on water skis with a leather jacket. Remember that one?
Dude,
anyway.
Jump the shark.
Yes, exactly. All
I
right.
think we've already done it.